Welcome back, everyone. A few months, maybe a year or so ago, we had a Yamato from Dragon Studios. This time around, we have Boa Hancock from Dragon Studios. And it comes in 2 boxes. I'll put the heavier one down. We'll give a look at the box of the lighter one. Try to zoom back a little bit. So both boxes have the same pattern on them, which is convenient, but on the top, just have the logo for Dragon Studio. Boa on the front. Boa's name on the side. On the back we can see the Yamato figure from last time, and also one of the, I think there was 3, maybe 4 Boa figures, different paint jobs. I believe I got the standard one. We have the black one from the movie, and then the purple one and the red one, I think, from a post and pre-time skip. So let's get these open and we'll have a look what's inside. I don't know why, I've been a lot of the ones I've been opening recently have just been taped rather than the Velcro strap. I mean, it is a lot cheaper, but I don't know. Alright, so I get the feeling one of them is going to be the base, and the other one's going to be the statue. Or, one's the statue and the base, and the other one's Salome. Alrighty, so judging from the looks of the packaging, I mean, again, packaging is always very well done, but I believe this is Salome. Although Boa's head's here. Okay, I've got no idea. Maybe it's that many parts that they broke it up. Yeah, no. So, top half had Boa's head, and then this bottom half has Boa's dress. So yeah, you can see there, it's the red model, this one. The cloak and the other half. Alright, so I'll put that to the side, I'll get the other one out of the other box, and we'll start building. I think the other box, the heavier one, had the base, which makes sense weight-wise, so yeah, let's get started. Alright, so I've got no idea what order anything goes in. So I'm going to hopefully just start with the big pieces and work my way out. So, this is the biggest one. Like usual with Dragon Studios, it's insanely well detailed. Although there is something rattling around inside, I don't know what. But yeah. The Kuja Pirates logo cut in half there. I wasn't aware that's never happened, unless it was an attack of Blackbeard, but the roof structure there, very nice, very nicely detailed woodwork, and the paint job is just amazing. See the textured tile roof there. Oh, and yeah, 30 of 108 with picture of Boa there. I don't know if it's 30 of 108 of all of them, or if it's 30 of 108 of the colour. As I said, there was multiple colours. And obviously the rock structure at the back there. You can already see there's several mounting spots, so with that as well, this was with it, which seems to just be just some blue tack and a stand. So hopefully I find out what that's for. I will just keep pulling parts out in the order that I'm grabbing them. I again have no idea where they all go. There's usually 2 trays worth of parts. Now there's 3. So I will probably jump cut a bit to hopefully track down where all these go. And I might need to refer to the promotional images every now and then to track down as well, so I'm just going to pull them out and info. So, it appears to be some sort of wave. So, very nicely painted. Light blue with the white highlights. Again, I'll put that to the side for the time being, and once I get enough of them, I'll hopefully piece it all together. What I did find though was the coin. So just Boa Hancock's name there in katakana. Just a number and should we just a Screwdriver or something on the back. So yeah, very nice, very nice. Yeah, back to. I am just literally pulling all the parts of the first one, although there is a few that I'm aware that don't belong on there yet, so I'm leaving those until the end, but we'll go from there. As soon as I say that, I'll immediately move on to the second case. So, again, just some more wave patterns. That one looks a bit more obvious, but is it... No, it fits in there, but not snugly enough. No, again, off to the side. I will have to look where those wave patterns are going in a second. I do have a rocked torso, which I'm going to assume just stands off to the side if you wish, because it looks like it's just a marine's torso. So I'll try to finish that one off, or maybe I'll put that one to the side. We'll see. Alright, I did find what was a marine? Maybe it's a pirate, but their head. So that one will just go on. And also some pink roses, some flowers. Again, they're all very nicely painted, which is lovely. I'm gonna have to put these to the side. There is so many different parts. It's gonna be very, very fun trying to find where everything goes. Right, another wave piece there. I feel once I get one wave piece, that should be easy. We also have the other half of the Kuja logo, which I'm hoping is going to stand out very easily for me to find. Somewhere on the other half. Ah, first one in, I think. It's a snug fit. We're looking good. One down, 15 to track down again. So yeah, again, fantastic paint job. Matches exact. Still don't know what cut it in half though. Still, real mystery. Alrighty, the last, again, two parts that I don't know where they belong to for the section 2. Some sort of column, which I'm hoping locks off onto the bottom of the base there. Now the reason is also that it's becoming very hard to find where everything goes. Again, because I'm pulling out all one, it also comes with part of Saturday. But you can sort of see there, there's a mounting hole, so I would say that this gets put onto the base somewhere and then things lock off onto it, so hindsight, probably should have pulled out the trim at the end. So I will aim for Salome and Boa now. As for the paintwork, I don't know if it was intentional that it's I mean it has to be, it's on every single one of them. Sort of it blends in. But no, just the level of detail is crazy. I mean each of those scales looks like scales, so very impressively done. I'm going to see if I can fit both these two on. If not, we'll start on the next box. So this part looks like a bit of a lantern. There is a hole underneath this part. There's a little hole under there that locks in. So locks in there. Very subtly because I don't think the holes line up perfectly. Salomon's tail, thankfully, a bit more easier. So, see, keyed lines up with the hole in the top of the base. Got a bit of give to it. I don't know whether or not that's intentional. We will find out when it's fully in there. Thankfully, that launches the center of mass a bit further forwards, hopefully. We'll keep going and then I'll figure out the trims at the end. Alright, up next hopefully is Salome's head. Now, this thing is insanely detailed. So obviously got the skull on top, the paintwork around the face and the eyes is very well done. Yeah, it's very, very delicate looking. I don't know why there are holes in the back there. I'm assuming this is just because it's hollow. There's a bit of blue tack on the top. I didn't put that there, that was already there, so... I'm assuming someone tried to fit this in the past and had to put blue tack there, so they left it on there. But no, very well detailed. Now I'm hoping that just slots in the top there. That it does, that it does. Very nicely done. I can see why there was blue tack in there though, because if those magnets give way, that entire thing is falling forward because it wants to go straight now. I should specify, Salome's head did come out of case number 3, so... also out of number 3, case 3, foam section 3, it's the 3rd section. We have some concrete arms. So that should just slot in there, slot in there. And we've finished the entire figure. That's fantastic. But no, not too bad of an add-on. The one I like about this one is I've seen many in the past where these are actually physically part of it. So if you don't want to have them in there, you can't. But this one, it's standalone, so you can have it set up if you want, or you can leave it off to the side. Up to you either way. Now, I'm gonna have to try to jump around a bit, because I'm gonna need Boa now. And I don't know where... Boa seems to be in at least 3 cases. Alright, so back in case 1, we have Boa's legs. Again, very well done. The highlights are very nice. Jeez, it even has the pattern just before our toes start in the heels. For both shoes, actually. And again, very nicely fitting. The one downside with these is that because it's a matte finish, any of the darker paints just come off instantly, but it should for the most part be covered. That's why I couldn't find anything. So that sits in the base at the bottom there. Although it does mean that the entirety of Boa's figure sits on that one spot. So hopefully there is enough strength in that leg. Definitely figuring out as we go. Alright, so back to case 3, I think this was. It's Boa's skirt. Very well detailed. The patterns of the on the skirt are very nicely done. The colours very good. Highlights where it needs to be, lowlights, shadows. Very nicely painted. So that should sit over the top. There is also a mounting spot there, which I'm assuming is what helps lock her into the base as well. So hopefully this locks nice and easily. Or it's going to be an absolute nightmare. A little bit of both. Went in easily enough. Just had to get the angle dead right. It's one of the downsides with obviously the cloth being, well, rigid is the word. Alright, I'm going to move the camera up and get the top half of Boa as we keep going. Alright, in the same part of the box 3, that her dress was in, skirt. We have Boa's upper torso. It's always funny with the One Piece characters because length on the upper part of the torso is always a lot smaller than what it should be. But there is a key in a hole that I'm assuming is there to magnetize it and also light it up. But as I'm trying to put the rod through, the rod's hitting the magnet and then not wanting to go further, so it might be a two-hand job. There we go. There we are, a bit better of an angle. Alrighty, arms and head obviously quickly. In no particular order, because I don't know where some of the parts still are. We have Boa's head. So wavy long black hair with purple tints. I never know if her earrings are on those angles due to the fact that they've been moved in transit, or if that's how they've been sculpted. So I'm going to leave them there hoping that's how they've been sculpted. But once again, face very well detailed. The glossy look on the eyes and lips always makes it look more impressive. But definitely more of a realistic look for Boa there. And it would be how it is sculpted, because it is lining up perfectly with her collarbone. Alright, right arm up next. Again, just the detail of the paint job on the fingers is very nicely done. Light pink rather than painted nails, so just more of a sort of different texture for a nail look. It's got the sort of the clear look. It is very hard to get a sort of see-through pattern going on plastic, so clear is the easiest way. By see-through I mean, you know, you can see through cloth and sort of things. But again, very nicely painted, very nicely detailed as well. Right arm. Holding the back of her hair there. You can see though as I put things on, it's a very impressively detailed statue, but it's very easily to be swayed. I spent several minutes trying to find her other arm and couldn't figure out why I couldn't track it down anywhere, expecting it to be about the same size as that one. It, however, holds a sword, bow and arrow with it. I know it's because of her love for it, but it is blatantly a sword arrow. So, that's why I couldn't find that one. Also, goes off to the side and behind. So, very nicely detailed. The thing itself, very well painted. Obviously the clear crystal look makes it look very impressive. There are a few more I want to put on just to sort of add strength, I mean. So, up next we have her cloak. Again, something that should be very, you know, just a single colour, but it's a pearl sort of look, white pearl with some highlights. So I think I'm gonna have to take her hair off to line this up though. And then also her arm. It is very wobbly. I'm going to try and take her other torso off because it really doesn't want to line up otherwise. So getting the cape in. Hopefully it will work this time. There we go. It is a very snug fit. I also understand why there's a giant rod holding this up now, because I'm pretty confident that this entire thing is hanging off of it. There we go. As cool as this one is, it's probably one of the more fragile ones I've ever had to try and put together. Very well detailed. It wants to break at any point, so not one you want to be putting together more than once or twice, or moving very often. Alrighty, the last of the parts for the third chunk of foam. Just the sort of the shoulder tassels. Weirdly, the more basic painted of the lot, but also at the same time, still incredibly well detailed. Hopefully, I can find one of these go quickly. I also get the sneaking suspicion I'm going to have to take the arms off again to get them to line up properly. Let me tell you, putting these on and off is terrifying. The hair had to come off as well to get that to line up, which means I'll take the other one off. Arm didn't need to come off for that one. Hair did. Head can go back on. Arm can hopefully go back on. Arm might have needed to go on first. Alrighty, order of operations. Arms go on, then the tassels, then the head. If it's not in that order, it does not want to go on. Alrighty, more waves. There's this weird... There is this pattern here, and it's on the other one as well. It's actually on a lot of them, so... I'm assuming once I find where one of them goes, the rest follow suit. The It's Salome's. Salome's? Salome's. It's the scales. That's where they go. I will just pull out all of the wave patterns for now. Should have done these at the end. That would have made more sense. But we also have wave, purple, rock, cloud thing. Again, just special effects at this point. I've got to be careful because those... Ah, that's where the flowers go. Lovely. Which one? Nope, see? Too big. Much thinner. Perfect. That's not magnetized in. That just sits there. Okay, well, I must remember that for that one. And lucky last, the other... and yeah, the other flower goes into there. Again, not magnetized. So, I will try and figure out where all these go, although I think I might see where this one goes right off the back. As I need to still move cameras around, so forgive the mountain of parts off to the side that I have collected. But I believe the first one goes there, and the flower, if I can get it the right way around, goes there. Weirdly, everything in this thing is very, very well sort of tied down. As much as I complain it's wobbling, I don't feel it's going to fall randomly on it. Except those flowers. Those flowers I feel they're going to randomly fall on me. Now I'm hoping that this other one should lock in under there. If I can get it the right way round. I did have it the right way round. There we go. And the flower can go in like so. This is where the blue tack comes in handy, I guess. Or glue, if you're not moving it. Or you can be a bit cheeky and just push it in upside down and then it sort of wedges itself in. It's upside down, it'll hold itself fine. Alrighty, we'll spin around and try to find all the ones for the blue waves. So that one should lock in like so, I hope. I mean, that one should lock in over here, like so. As it lines up with the rock pattern underneath. I really hope I remember where all these were going. Now there is another one off to the side there underneath. So the small one with the post at the bottom fits in that way around. As I say, just putting these in and just the boa figure on top wobbling, always terrifying. I'm gonna say that some of these have to go in before other ones. So this one looks like it locks off into Salome, except for the fact that Salome's in the base, but the hole's there that's wedged in the other side. So I now need to take this giant weight out of it to get it to shift. I'm gonna take its head off, I know what's gonna happen otherwise. It's already worrying enough that I've got boa sitting on top of it. Whoop, jeez. So, now there's two of them in here, so that one should lock off onto one of these, hopefully. Alright, so first wave locks off into Salome like that. Second one then, the other wave, should lock off on over the top. There you have to go in that order because they sit on top of each other. And then there is one more section on the Salome at the bottom. No wonder I couldn't find where these goes. But that wave sits on top. Now all three of these have to sit in as I put the base back on. Wish me luck, I guess. Alrighty, so that's why Salome was wobbling around so much the first time. It's because he didn't have... She? Can't remember. Salome didn't have the added water feature going on, so that's why it was wobbly. In terms of order though, that should have gone on before boa to get it all sorted properly. There we go. Out of the way there. This is an insanely detailed figure. Very impressively done from Dragon Studios. The level of paintwork is fantastic. Again, the only criticism is just how wobbly Boa is. That being said though, if you're not planning on moving it, or if you are planning on moving it, don't move it as a single piece. Disassemble at least Boa off of it before moving it. Probably Saruman as well, honestly. But no, the paintwork's fantastic. Crisp lines. The details are fantastic. Lines up with the Yamato one just amazingly well. But yeah, really nice figure, this one. Well, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care.